All right, so this worked back in the 80s, early 90s. Let's see if it works again. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. All right, nothing weird yet. This is my review of Beetlejuice here on Midnight's Premiere. It's showtime. Alright guys and girls, welcome back to the channel. As you guys probably noticed, the lights aren't as close. I'm not as hot. Well, I think I'm always just that hot, but I'm not sweating profusely. I like that. That is amazing, and I can move around a little bit more. So, like I said in my intro, this is a classic movie review of Beetlejuice here on Midnight's Premiere, to kind of hearken in the Halloween season coming up, late September and into October. I am a huge Halloween nut, and there is no movie on the face of this planet that I like more than Beetlejuice. Well, other than my top 5. And this is actually in Mr. Midnight's top 5 movies to watch anytime, every time. I recommend them highly. So, let's break this down like we always do here on Midnight's Premiere and see what's going on with the movie. So, as you guys probably know, just to start off this, I'm going to flash the spoiler warning right here because this is going to be a spoiler-filled review. If you guys don't want to hear the spoilers and you haven't seen Beetlejuice yet, why haven't you seen Beetlejuice? It's just like Back to the Future. If you haven't seen it, where have you been? What have you doing with your what have you been doing with anything, any part of your life? Where have you been? All right, okay. I'll give you a few minutes. Starting, cue that corny Jeopardy music. All right. You guys leaving? No? You guys still here? Yeah, looks like you guys are still here. Thanks for sticking around. Buckle up. You're in for the ride. So, Beetlejuice stars Micheal Keaton, Winona Ryder, Geena Davis, and Alec Baldwin early in their careers. And let me tell you, this movie is amazing. I love it. All of my friends love it. Most of my family loves it. Hell, I even dressed up as Beetlejuice once or twice for Halloween, and I might even be returning the costume this year back out from retirement, raising it from the grave, as you might put it. So, in the start of this movie, it kind of starts off just a little bit slow. I'm not going to lie to you, it is a little bit of a slow burn. You have the Maitlands. They are a yuppie couple from Winter River, Connecticut, and they are on vacation. They're having a staycation at their house, and something tragic happens. They crash to the Winter River Bridge, and they drown in their car. All of a sudden, they find themselves back at their house. They don't understand exactly what happened or even how they got there. So, they try to go investigate. One goes off the porch and realizes he's not in Kansas, Connecticut anymore. And he's in fact on Saturn. Yes, Saturn. And there's a sandworm right into the background there. Big striped worm, big thing. Wow. Apparently they can see the dead, but we can't. Really, gives you pause to think. When he's pulled back into the house, he realizes, and his wife realizes, that he's been gone for 2 hours, and she's made some interesting discoveries in the house. Like a handbook for the recently deceased. It's on the table. Reads like stereo instructions. Manifestation to manifestation. It's amazing. Also, they can't see their reflection in the mirror, and her hand lights on fire, but it doesn't burn her. That's when they figure out that they might be dead. Enter in Beetlejuice. We see a little scene of him going through the obituaries, the job section, after seeing the sandworm stats for that current year. He finds the Maitlands, cute couple, looks nice and stupid too. Yeah, great line. I love Micheal Keaton in this movie. So it goes on, and we find out that they have to spend 125 years in that house as spirits, living with this brand new couple that just came in from New York, a yuppie city couple, and their plan is to completely gut the house and make it their own. And they work very hard on this house. So now the Maitlands are trying to get this new family out of their house, which includes Lydia Dietz, played by Winona Ryder, early on in her career. Again, amazing performances by all of these actors and actresses. So they gut the house. They try to get these people out, and they don't succeed, especially with the Day-O shrimp thing. It's where, you know, the Day-O song comes on, the big shrimp grabs your face. You know, it's terrible. It was. I probably wouldn't have been scared, actually. I probably would have found it pretty fun. But they think that they got them all. They didn't. So they go and wake up Beetlejuice. Now, how you wake him up is you have to call his name 3 times. He's a freelance bioexorcist, went out on his own, claimed he could get rid of the living for good, which got him into a lot of trouble. So he's out on his own. He's in a lot of trouble. You don't want him messing around in your affairs, especially if you're dead. So they release him, and then they forget to put him back. The handbook for the recently deceased was stolen by the living, and they allowed themselves to be photographed, which are 2 great big no-nos in the underworld and the deceased life. They try to get all of their stuff back, try to get the photos. Doesn't work, and they end up almost becoming exorcised from the house. Now it's up to Beetlejuice to try and help them out a little bit and save their souls from becoming, well, death for the dead, really. But for payment, Lydia has to marry Beetlejuice because he wants out for good. And in order for him to do that, he's got to get married. Those aren't his rules. Come to think of it, he doesn't have any rules. So, marriage goes on. Sandworm through the ceiling, ridden by Barbara Maitland. She gets Beetlejuice, and now we have a positive living area with the spirits, with the living. It's a great big happy family at the end of the movie, and we see Beetlejuice's head get shrunk, which is pretty funny. Actually, it might even be a good look for him. So, in my honest review of this whole movie, okay, like I said, it's in Mr. Midnight's top 5. Number 2, actually, on that top 5 list. It is a clear 5 out of 5 stars for me. I remember watching this film in parts and pieces when I was growing up. It was amazing. It really fueled a lot of my personality. It's probably not the best thing to admit, but it was a really great movie for me growing up. It really let me into the whole horror genre, and maybe it wasn't all that bad. Maybe it wasn't all that scary. Micheal Keaton's performance was amazing, and when I found that he was Beetlejuice and Batman, man, that made my childhood complete. It just wrapped it up in a great big bow, and here you go. Here's your childhood. There's you're gonna like movies for the rest of your life, and that's, I think, one of the main things that got me into loving movies, loving the theater, and I really wish that they would re-release it. Here in the last few years, there's been whispers, talks even, of a Beetlejuice sequel, a real-time Beetlejuice sequel up to 26, 27 years past of what happened in the first film. But in an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Micheal Keaton said that ship might have sailed. But don't lose hope, because I think we might get one. I'm staying positive. Glass is always half full. So in my rating, I'm going to say it's 5 out of 5 stars. Complete A+. Yes, A+. If you guys want to see it, own it. Blu-ray. Awesome. And it's really funny, because if you own something that old on Blu-ray, you can actually see some of the, the production and everything like that, and some of the weird colors and everything they went for on the set. It's really, really cool. I find it cool. Some people might find it a little campy, but I find it cool. So, A+, buy it on Blu-ray, share it with your family, your kids. Make sure they know the wonder of Beetlejuice. And that about wraps it up for this review. If you guys liked this video, click the little like button. But if you didn't like it, click the dislike button and let me know what you guys thought and where we need to go with the channel. Have you seen Beetlejuice or any of the Tim Burton classics? Put it down below. I want to hear from you guys. I really, really want to hear from you, because it's you that makes this channel amazing. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up with all the latest news and videos that I put out. My name is Mr. Midnight. This has been Midnight's Premiere. Thanks for watching, guys.